Peace and love, beautiful beings. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Hope all is well with y'all. I surely do. Hope all is well. Um, the other side, I want to get on here. I ain't gonna say real quick because I always say real quick and then it never ends up being that. But I want to get on here and have this conversation. There's a lot of people talking about one side of the conversation where when everything falls into place, how you're going to have these multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. You're going to have all these new people who are going to be famous and well-known and wealthy and prosperous and all these different things. I want to talk about the other side. 111 on the clock. I want to talk about the other side because I don't think a lot of people are like, so there's equal and opposite in all things. There's duality in all things. There's balance. There's two sides to every equation. Okay. um there's two sides to every equation, and I think a lot of people are looking at one side of the equation where people are going to become wealthy, well known, prosperous, all those higher things that we consider to be the good and all that stuff, right? I want to get on here and talk about the other side because, yes, while there will be a lot of people coming into new forms of wealth and prosperity, and a lot of people are going to be getting things that have been held up from them, things that people have been deserving of for generations and decades and years and months, right? These things are getting ready to fall in place. The message that the Most High gave me the other day, and I'll probably do a separate message about this, is the final pebble. So we're in the season of the final pebble, right? Well, that final pebble, 222 on the clock, and it was just 222 on the time as well. The pebble, the final pebble is going to fall into place, and everything is essentially going to, um, the pebble is going to fall into place, and then everything is ultimately going to happen. But I'll make a separate message about that. But today I want to talk about the other side. What is the other side? The other side is the side that we consider to be the not so pretty side, the side that not a lot of people want to talk about. Everybody wants to yield and reap a beautiful harvest, but not enough people want to talk about and actually get their hands dirty and get down into the grunt work, right? Not enough people want to take the time to create the garden, but everybody wants a beautiful garden to be able to sit out in. Nobody wants to create um, a life that is sustainable. 3 2 1, somebody needs to go ahead and start that now. um, no, a lot of people want to create, right, but they don't want to do the work that it requires to not only create, but 333 on the clock, not only to create but to also sustain the creation. Oh, Holy Spirit, speak. um, there's a certain amount of sustainability and sustenance, nutrients, nourishments that is required to sustain a certain life that many people have been praying for, that many people have been praying for, many people have been asking for, many people have been desiring, right? And so the other side to that, being a multimillionaire, billionaire, having all this money, having all this land, having all these properties, or being a steward, 411 on the clock, my goodness, being a steward requires you to have a level of wisdom, of guidance, of knowledge, of information. You know how many people who have acquired and obtained money and lost it, became lottery winners, like literally multimillionaires, and within a year or 3 years or 5 years, they were broke and they had nothing to show for it, not a house, not a car, not a nothing, right? So there's so many people who are praying to be multimillionaires, praying to be billionaires, praying to have land and property and all these different things. 444 was just on the clock. But not enough people, and this is the other side, not enough people are making sure that they have the wisdom, the sustenance, the mental fortitude to sustain the things that they are literally trying to proclaim and bring forth into their life. It doesn't matter how aligned your soul is with it or your spirit is deserving of it. that doesn't matter. If your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit are not aligned, that's the other side of it that people are not talking about. If your mind, body, soul, and spirit are not aligned, if your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit does not know, trust, believe, and fully connect with that reality, then you're going to get everything and lose it, right? I wasn't even getting on here to talk about that, but I guess I needed to speak that. When it comes to the other side, it's two parts to it that I'm going to speak to. One is what I just said, 555 on the clock. One is what I just said, prepare, prep, plan, preparation, right? To what it is that you're speaking over your life to come into your life, because you can be a millionaire and God will have answered every prayer that you prayed for, and then you can lose it in a month, in a year, in 6 months, whatever, right? The other side that I was going to speak about is everybody is not about to be sitting pretty, okay? Everybody is not about to be sitting pretty and living large and living these lavish lives in any context of the phrase, right? There's going to be people who are going to be literally on the opposite side of that spectrum. And I'm going to break down to you what that's going to look like for a lot of people. So right now, we're in the precursor phase where it's right when that final pebble that I was talking about earlier, when that final pebble falls into place, everything is going to flip, because everything is going to automatically course correct itself. Everything is going to course correct. Everything is going to fall into the place that it was always meant to be from the jump, right? And what's going to happen is people who were never supposed to receive certain things, those things are going to be taken from them. People who were supposed to receive the things but never did, those things are going to be given unto them, whether it be land, other forms of wealth, whether it be money, whether it be positions of power, whether it be authority, whether it be peace, whatever it is, right? These things are about to realign itself in big and small ways. And so what's going to happen is everything is going to flip. Everything is going to fall into alignment the way that it was always intended to. And everybody, my goodness. So I'm getting the message specifically that there are people right now who are holding down jobs and working positions, and you are miserable. You are miserable. You are, you are not deserving and worthy of the places that you're working in, but you've still spent 10, 5, 15, 20 years of your life at this place. You've never really risen into the position that you deserve to be in, because Holy Spirit speak. The job does not house a position that aligns with the level of power that you possess. Okay? You are waiting to be put in a position that aligns with who you are, but that job is not it. You're working a job that does not serve your highest and best good. You're working a job that does not serve your highest and best good, and you're waiting on it to become something that it can never become. It's you and the people like you who continue to pour your energy, your purpose, your peace, your power into this job, into this career that you convince yourself you have. The root of any form of a career is peace. If you're not at peace, it don't work. It must be aligned with your purpose. If you're not in alignment with your purpose, it don't work. If you don't love what you do, that's not a career. That's another form of slavery. It's another form of enslavement. That's another form of imprisonment, okay? Except in this case, you're choosing the imprisonment yourself, but that's a whole other conversation. But the other side of it that nobody wants to talk about, there's going to be a lot of people who presently are spiritually and mentally and emotionally unhoused, right? A lot of these people are going to become physically unhoused. There's a lot of people who are spiritually poor, right? Their soul is depleted, their soul, their spirit is poor, it's unrich, it's unwealthy, it's unhealthy. When this final pebble falls into place, when this final thing happens and everything flips and realigns itself and falls back and settles into where it's supposed to be, those people are going to be undeniable, right? We've heard so many stories, especially recently over the past few years, of people who've had money, houses, cars, clothes, the jobs that they claimed that they loved, and still these people were committing suicide. These people were going on what is it like, mass killing sprees and all these different things, right? And the reality of the matter is, um, they were going on all these mass killing sprees and all these things at 11:11 on the clock. But on the outside looking in, you say, "Oh, well, they have everything that they said they wanted. They love these. They love their life. Why would they kill themselves? Why would they try to do this to someone else?" Because you can have all the houses, the cars, the clothes, the money, all that. If it's not sustained, going back to that sustainability piece, nobody's talking about the other side. Everybody is just out here. And let me say this too. Everybody is just out here telling people, oh, you're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be a billionaire. Oh, you're going to be so wealthy. You're going to have so much coming at you left and right. Or you're going to be so overwhelmed, but in a good way, and da, da, da. People aren't talking about the root of where all these things are going to be coming from. You have to be at peace. You have to be in purpose, right? You have to flow in love. I don't care what's owed to you or what's due to you. Baby, if you ain't in peace and love and purpose, none of that stuff is going to find its way to you. Though peace, love, and purpose is a frequency. Lean in, somebody, because you ain't listening. Peace, love, and purpose is a frequency. And when you are not in alignment with that frequency, it reminds me of a video that Steve Harvey was talking about. He said, you got to stay on Faith Street. If you want to receive the wealth that is due to you, you got to stay on Faith Street, right? And in this case, peace, love, and purpose is Faith Street. Okay? You have to flow in peace, flow in love, and be in purpose with all things that you do, how you think, how you speak, how you carry yourself. And then you have to make sure that you're also doing what you need to do to make sure that you can to make sure somebody, thank you, Holy Spirit. Literally, as I said that, somebody ball dropped in the trash can. Anyway, you have to be in alignment with the things, and you have to make sure that you're able to sustain those things. You can plant seeds all day, but if you never water them, if you never give them the proper sunlight, if you never give them the proper nourishments and nutrients that it needs, it'll never grow. You can plant the seed and water it and nourish it in the beginning and then stop midway. And those plants that were growing and healthy and strong will still eventually die. You can get a plant all the way to it's healthy and strong and beautiful and all these different things. And if you don't tend to it properly, it'll still die over. It'll still die over. If you take the time to grow a plant out, come here, somebody. It's levels to this shit, y'all. You can grow a plant all the way out, healthy and strong and beautiful, and pick it right at the right time, right? Say you're growing broccoli or something or whatever, right? But if you don't cook that broccoli and eat it before it goes bad, you didn't properly allow yourself to nourish it, right? And so let me translate that into perspective of knowledge. You can literally have knowledge, access to knowledge right at your hands. You can have a library right next door to you. If you never go into the library, it ain't gonna matter. You can have a library right next door to you, but if you go in the library but you never pick up a book, it ain't gonna ever matter. You can live right next to a library and you can go into that library and you can pick up a book every time, but if you never open that book and actually read anything in it, it ain't gonna matter. You can go in that same library that you live next door to, go in and pick up a book, open it, and read it, but if you never actually apply what you're reading into your life, it's not gonna matter. There's levels to this shit. There's levels to it. The other side is not the lesser side. The other side is just the side that many people don't want to talk about. Everybody want to talk about being a millionaire. Everybody want to talk about being a billionaire. Everybody want to talk about being rich and wealthy. Everybody want to talk about having houses and cars and clothes. But any wealthy movie, TV show, play, whatever I've seen, there is always standards and requirements to having and obtaining and keeping wealth, prosperity, peace, and all these things. There's a certain decorum. You understand me? This don't mean that you have to fixate yourself on how you move or whatever, but whatever you do and however you move, it must be in alignment with Faith Tree. Peace, love, purpose. Operating in your power. From those things come prosperity. Right? But I just wanted to get on here and share that, y'all. There's the other side that not enough people want to talk about. The other side is not pretty. For some people, the other side, when things fall into place, it ain't going to be pretty. It's going to be real ugly. It's going to be real nasty. It's going to be real unfun. It's going to be real uncute. Okay? It's not going to be cool. The other side. Yeah. That's right.
He's like, I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's a beautiful day for it. Yeah.
Getting grass all over yourself.
Yeah.
You silly golden.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. I love when confirmations show up like that. It was a beautiful golden retriever. He just came and rolled himself all in the grass, just enjoying the beautiful day. That's the frequency: joy, fun, peace, right? Love, loving what you do, loving who you are, loving where you are. But yeah, so as I was saying, the other side that a lot of people don't want to talk about, even if everybody became multimillionaires, even if everybody became wealthy, even if everybody became prosperous and all these different things, a lot of people would not be able to sustain it. Because whether consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously, many of us, collectively speaking, are still programmed into the belief system that we are undeserving or that we have to overwork or overdo ourselves just to receive what was already ours from birth. And there are other people who are operating under the belief that because of the life that they were born into, that they'll never have to do anything to align or remain aligned, um, to align or remain aligned with what's theirs. And on both accounts, it's wrong. I want you to ask yourself, what does the other side look like to you? What is the other side of the equation? What is the other side that you have refused to face, acknowledge, accept, ask yourself questions about? What are you denying, rejecting, refusing, or refuting? What are you unconsciously or subconsciously not allowing to come up to the surface because maybe you're afraid or nervous or worried or anxious, or maybe just allowing yourself to be oblivious to? What is the other side? What does the other side look like for you? Because we all have the other side, right? And until you conquer your other side, Holy Spirit, come on, speak. Until you conquer your other side, there will be no amount of wealth, love that comes into your life, peace, prosperity, joy, fun, freedom, none of that you'll be able to sustain until you conquer whatever your other side is. You can't talk about being wealthy but not have no standards, not have no wisdom, not have any knowledge, not have any clarity about what being wealthy is and looks like and what comes with being wealthy. No taking pictures. Somebody, he said. It may be relevant to somebody. No taking pictures. Um, Haha, that's funny. You won't be able to you won't be able to take certain things with, like, it has to be locked in here. That's the ultimate message. It has to be locked in here. You won't be able to go look back at screenshots and pictures and yeah, all that. But what does the other side look like for you? What is your other side? Are you afraid of being wealthy? Are you afraid of fear itself? Are you being dishonest with yourself and others in your life? Are you just wanting the good things or what we perceive to be the good things in life? And are you just wanting to receive the good things in life, but you don't want to align with what comes with that? Because I don't believe we have to do anything, right? But if you have to do anything, it's simply to align. 21:21 on the clock. You simply have to align with what it is that you desire. And if you are allowing fear or chaos